Greetings comrades, Soviet Gaming here. Today I'll be talking a little bit about basic encounters in Eve Echoes. I'll talk about how to earn money with that and which of those are good and which of those are not, and which ships to use and how to actually counter the tough enemies. Already covered the basics of this in the beginner's tutorial. If you haven't saw that one, you can go and watch that. It's either there or there, the link will be somewhere around and in the pinned comment as well. So you'll get the most basic information over there. If you want more in-depth guide on the basic encounters, here it is. So guys, I want to show you that you can do all the basic missions, including T4, on the most basic first ship that you've got from the very beginning. We don't even need Destroyer for that. It will make stuff easier, but you can do it on your frigate. I will show you how when we'll be able to refresh it. For this mission, we'll be using our basic Condor that we got at the very beginning with MK1 small missiles, MK1 small shield booster, and MK1 small afterburner, like the cheapest stuff that you can get. The stuff that you get at the very beginning. You can use civilian one instead, but I think civilian missile launchers do way too less damage, so it will take a lot longer. But you can use all that and will be successful at all the basic missions. Just don't worry about anything, follow my advice and you will be good. So guys, we refreshed the screen and now we have a bunch of those encounters available over here, and we got really unlucky because we have only one encounter that's really close to us, 2 jumps away. Everything else is like 11, 14, 15, 16 jumps away. That doesn't worth it, don't go for that. Go for the closest, let's say 3 to 4 jumps, that's good enough. Then you can at glance see the difficulty of the mission over here based on the amount of rewards it will give you. So everything that's up to 10k, I think, those missions are pretty simple. You will meet T2 ships, tier 2 ships over there just as your basic ship, so it won't be hard. The missions will be pretty easy. All of the missions that will pay out 50k will have that warning over there if you have the low tier ship that like, it's hard, careful, you can die. Yes, they are dangerous, but if you'll follow the guide, this guide, and you will have the same setup and you'll use the same tactics, you most likely won't have any issues. I did that in the ship, no problem, and got that 50k. That's an easy way to get some money. And the bounties there are a little bit higher because the ships are higher tier, and you will most likely get the better loot over there. So yeah, we will pick one of the missions. It will be this one, purging there, wherever, really close. Some of those missions are actually affecting the story. We won't be talking about that because that's totally different topic here. We'll be talking about the combat missions as a way to get the money. So it's only about the ISK. So yeah, let's accept the mission. First thing you wanna do is kinda begin it, talk to those guys, and get the waypoint and undock an autopilot. Our small ship is flying away to his destiny of getting not that much money, to be honest, but that's better than nothing. So when you arrive to the destination system, you will get this message: do you want to warp to the beacon? You can say yes. On the easy missions, it's not a problem. You will go there, no problem, and kill everyone on auto. It's simple. I don't even want to go over that. But if this is a tier 3 mission, we'll cover it as it's a hard tier 3 mission, so we gotta be careful and don't die, right? You gotta cancel this. Why? I'll let you know in a second. What I would recommend for the harder missions, again, for the normal tier 2, you can just go in and fight everyone. If you have the destroyer already, if you're using that one, you can go in destroy everyone as well. It's not a problem. You won't have those issues. But if you're struggling, you wanna open the cosmic anomalies and find the one that you need. If you're not sure which one is yours, because there are like so many of them, hint, this is purging the Garistas pirates. You click on your encounter, either over here you have the shortcut. If you don't, click on your portrait, encounters, and then here you go for the quest that's available, journal, purging the Garistas pirates, and it will be the name of the anomaly for you, so you can use that one. You click on that one, and instead of just clicking warp, you click and hold and select the distance, how far you wanna warp away from the enemies. It will be based on your weapon. Since you're using rockets of the small size, I recommend something like 20 kilometers. That's a good start. That will allow your ship to fly away and jump far away from the starting point. That will allow you to kinda have the range on the enemies. You can see the range of your weapon by clicking on it and holding the mouse button or your finger, whatever you use, PC or not. And over here you can see the missile range. That's the range that you use to kinda be away from the enemy and still do damage. Or effective range, which is where your guns do the maximum damage. Alright, so we arrived pretty far away from the enemies. They are 29 kilometers away, closing in. That's pretty cool. You focus fire one of them, you orbit it, and you press auto. First of all, what you want to do is you want to change your basic orbit based on your weapons. Once again, you checking your weapon. Oh, that was misclick. You checking your weapon is 19 kilometers, so you want to be at, let's say, 17 kilometers away from the enemy. To change the orbit, you want to click on your ship and press and hold set orbit. That way you can change your orbit around and pick the one that you need for your type of weapon. So we said we have 20 kilometer range, and let's stay at 17 kilometers. That will be good enough. That will allow our ship to be at the proper range from the enemy, do as much damage as possible without being in the way. To make sure that you're using the right orbit on the auto aiming and everything, you click on your portrait, you click on your settings, you click on your battle settings, and over here you want to make sure that all of this is on. That will help you to fight automatically, and stick to default orbit range, specifically for the missiles, because your optimal range isn't the best one for you. You will be way too close to the enemies and will take extra damage, and you want to avoid that at all cost. Another thing that you want to do to avoid taking the damage is using the afterburner. That will allow you to stay out of the range of the enemy. And look at that, there is one guy right next to us. Let's lock on him instead and focus fire on him. Unlock, lock, orbit him, focus fire him. So he is doing damage. What you want to do during the fight, you want to keep an eye on this side over there where the enemies are and target the closest enemies. That will allow you to take them out before they will be able to take you out. Boost your shield if needed. Be careful to save the energy because you want that. You want to have that energy. And there you go. We got 2000 ISK in bounties already. That's pretty cool. So yeah, manage the target as you see fit. Orbit the closest enemy. Focus fire the closest enemy as well. So you will keep at range from the enemies. This way you won't take the extra damage, you won't take the beating, and you will be able to overcome them without like taking a huge damage basically and surviving that. Because on some missions that I took, I warped in and I got in the middle of enemies with the guns. They were shooting me with the lasers and everything, and I barely survived that. And I actually lost my ship once, so it was a goddamn disaster, guys. Don't wanna do that again. Additional tip I can give you guys, again for the harder missions, not for the easy ones. If you have a feeling that you are being beaten up, like your shield is lower than 50% and it's recovering and you're still, you know, taking damage, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Click the station, click this one, warp away. You can, you know, keep it at hand when you're ready to warp away, and keep in mind that it takes some time. Like if you're taking the beating right now, if you're being destroyed by those guys, and also if the respawned guys are really close to you and you're attacking you, you want to warp away. So you're clicking this and you're out of those guys, and keep in mind that it takes some time to warp up. So if you press it too late, you will die. One time I warped out with like I think I had like 50 health left on my hull, so all my ship was totally destroyed. I barely made it out alive. So yeah, when you warped out, you can either repair your ship if it's broken in the space dock, or you can go back, do the same stuff, select the anomaly that you want to do, select the warp, and select the proper distance from the target to make sure that you're far away from the enemies, and do all over again. That will allow you to fight them safe, without those issues of like them crumbling out on you and getting the risk of being destroyed. You don't want that, right? Nobody want to be destroyed. Since we're talking about the distraction, if your ship is being destroyed, if it's a trainer ship or the low tier one, you will get the money, or well, you will get the free repair of your ship in the dock, but everything that's equipped on it will be gone. So that's why you don't want to equip your ships with something really cool, specifically when you don't know what you're doing at the very early stages of the game. So if you lose your tier 1 stuff, it will be like, okay, I lost like 20k, I can get it back no problem in an hour. But if you lost like tier 7 something really cool, man, that will hurt. So be careful not to go overboard with that. So yeah, basically that's the tactics. That's pretty simple. You fly around, destroy the enemies, and try to keep out of them of their range, or of the range of their guns, and take out the ones that come too close to you, managing the orbits. I'm unlucky here. The enemies have missiles as well, so they kind of hit me, I hit them. Most enemies don't have the missiles, they use the, I don't know, rail guns, lasers, everything else is lower range. So if you're on a mission that's giving you too much trouble, you taking too much damage, just don't use the missiles, just warp away, abandon the mission, and go for the next one, because that will be easier than repairing your ship after all that mess. So yeah, you will feel way more comfortable on a destroyer on those missions, that's for sure. But if you're just starting out, you can go and test it out. You can go and test out all the missions that are available for you to figure out if you want to do that or not. If you'll follow those advices, if you'll keep at range, if you'll try not to get too close to the enemy, nothing bad will happen. If you have trouble, warp away, warp back, you're good. With your speed of 900 meters per second, no one will catch you up. They won't be able to get you, no worries about that. So yeah, keep safe, fly safe, destroy enemies, and you're good. When the mission is done, you will get this message, and it means that you've done well. You will get your reward of like cheap money minus tax of your corporation. Then you can go and kinda loot the area. Personally, I wouldn't advise looting the tier 2 encounters, because most likely you will get some crappy stuff that doesn't really worth it, and you'll have to fly around, waste your time on that. I'd advise going for the next one right after. If you want to, you can try that. I figured out it doesn't worth it for me. On higher tier encounters though, it's definitely worth it, because you can get some higher tier stuff that kinda worth some money, so you might actually equip it on your own ship or just sell it at the market, so it's more worth it if you ask me. So yeah guys, if you have any other tips for other players on the basic encounters, share them in the comments so other people can see them and be more effective while you're going there. Please leave a like to this video, share it with your friends and your corporation and alliance and everyone else, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because that way you won't miss any new videos. Moreover, you might want to click that bell button and set notification to all, because sometimes YouTube is really tricky and it's not showing the videos to the subscribers, so why, I don't know, but that's how you can do it. Another thing you might want to do is to join our Discord, because all the new videos are posted over there as well, and we have a pretty cool community over there, so you can talk to each other, talk to me, talk to other comrades. Nice place to be. Another nice place to be is the Twitch channel, where I'm playing mostly RPG and strategy games. Those are pretty fun, so you might wanna be my viewer and see me struggling and raging. Fun place to be as well. You can find all those links in the pinned comment and in the description. Also, you can find social links over there, which I want you to follow too, because, well, I don't know, I want to be connected with you guys in any way possible. Why the hell not? And yeah, I think that's about it for now. Thank you for watching, guys. Soviet out. До свидания. Fly safe.